It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Siasa na Vijana continues, this week being the first time Nairobi has experienced an impeachment of a governor. And the question is, was he even better than Kidero? That's a question that you need to speak about. Was he even better than Kidero?
No, Sonko was never even a governor in the first place.
What do you mean?
He came into office 1 month after being sworn in. His deputy resigned. Igathe actually said Sonko is unbearable, someone you cannot work with. Then after that, 3 months later, some 3-4 months later, he was barred from his office. So he started operating in Machakos. Unakumbuka?
Yeah, I remember.
So kuna venye he's not been active in the political as a governor in Nairobi for a very long time. Amekuwa tu akienda trips na mshahara.
People were saying this was a political witch hunt.
Of course, it's a political witch hunt.
Yes, did he deserve the impeachment? Did he really? Because there are so many people like Obado, committing the same crime, but they're still in office. Now the question is,
You see,
why was he even impeached in the first place? Maybe if he even signed the budget for NMS, maybe he would still be there. But then this is a sad state for democracy here in Nairobi. People voted for him. He has been kicked out.
But
It's sad.
for one, he deserved to be impeached.
Number two?
That's yes. But two, it's a political witch hunt. This is because Sonko, like Igathe said, unbearable. Someone you cannot work with. That is why ni kichwa ngumu. When Uhuru says, let's do this, atafanya hivyo for 2 months, 2 weeks, then I'm bored. Aanze kusumbua. You see, no one wants that kind of person.
Last time I was telling you, and I still say the same thing. If people voted for Sonko, no matter how many people want him in or out, he still deserves to be there. It's democracy now in practice, and this is a show of no democracy. That's why Murkomen, Mutula abstained. I don't know why he abstained from voting.
Only Mutula and Sakaja abstained.
The other guys who said no, like Kihika and Ledama Olekina, they're the people that understand that if people want someone in office, you have no right to get him out. Why has NMS even been implemented in the first place?
Did you see the voting?
I saw the voting.
They were voting as per the judges,
yes,
right?
And they voted the same thing. The guys that said yes. The guys that said
in
no,
everything,
said no.
in every charge. That means they were not even paying attention to it. They just want the guys that were saying yes, their minds were already on yes, and the guys that were saying their
that means
that kila mtu alivote depending on their political alignment.
That's why I'm saying
everyone who voted no was kieleweki.
Yeah.
And everyone who voted yes was tanga.
So there was no fairness even in the whole procedure. That's what you're saying.
There was no fairness. There was no. The moment Sonko the impeachment motion ya Sonko ilikuwa passed na the court ilipeana go ahead.
Yeah.
Sonko was already impeached. Like it was clear.
But one thing though that we saw is that the video evidence that were presented against him, there was no way you could change your mind.
Again, that's another thing. You know, hawezi kuwa unbearable, alafu pia you're giving people a reason to chase you out. Because his charges zilikuwa solid na zilikuwa strong. We saw how Saumu spent the money in US. Na he couldn't even deny. And then iliandikwa the money was spent by a warden in.
Now, what then does that mean for the Nairobi youth? Because this was seen as a governor from a senator who was supporting the youth, Vijana na kazi, Sonko rescue team, Vijana na kazi, akona matatu mingi, Vijana na kazi.
I've told you this before, and I'll tell you, Sonko is an enablist. They are called populist. These are people wenye wanakutumia tu vibaya, lakini in real wewe unaona wanakufavor but wanakutumia vibaya.
But what would you rather? Someone who steals and doesn't tumia you vibaya with the 200 bob, or someone who steals and doesn't give you anything at all?
Someone, if you want to be a leader, then be a leader. If you want to make actual changes, usilete Sonko rescue team yenye inakuja nikiumia, inakuja kuniletea maji na tanka kwa nyumba, na wewe ni governor, you have all the resources you need to make sure kuna stable na enough flow of water in the county, but still uko na nini yako kando eti secure. So inaleta maji kwa
always bash security because if you look at the people, wale watu wao, people have been buried because of Sonko. The people have been paid their hospital bills because of Sonko. Wengine wamepelekwa shule because of Sonko. It's actually better than other people. I've been listening to people on the ground, and people on the ground are saying
Sonko
right
recipe,
now that
Sonko,
it was better him.
Sonko, the whole thing ni awaze Sonko ni populist. Mtu anataka unakumbuka nikikwambia kufeed tu kila siku ukiwa njaa umkujie rather than akupe shamba akufunze kulima ukulimia.
Let's look at it this way. Kuna huyu mwenye anakupea kitu kidogo. Huyo Sonko.
The first choice.
Huyo Sonko.
None of them, Kenya unataka kusema none of them should be
Wacha
leaders. If you are going to be a leader, Sonko is not a
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Sonko in fact is the worst leader.
Wacha niseme. Kuna huyu anakupea kidogo.
Do you know?
Kuna ule akupei at all na kuna huyu mwenye anapeana mingi. Since hakuna huyu mwenye anapeana kazi. So wacha tukae huyu Sonko na DP Ruto anakupea kidogo.
Nilikuwa naenda kwa Ruto. That is dangerous.
Let's speak about Msambueni.
Hiyo ni dangerous.
Let's speak about
Msambueni. Anakupea kidogo ndo akuue.
Okay, let's speak about Msambueni, and now we are sure that BBI kwa ground iko na shida. True or false?
False.
BBI kwa ground iko na shida.
If there's anyone who thinks what happened in Msambueni was democracy, hauko sawa.
Baba.
Do you know what happened?
Baba said
alikuwa anaitwaje mwenye alishinda?
Bada
was rigged in. Yeah. Do you know who rigged the meal? Kina Baba.
Yeah. So Baba aliweka Bada in Msambueni.
If you look at hata Kenya Baba alikuwa anasema before the elections, ilikuwa this is not just some Msambueni election, it's a countrywide election. This reflects BBI. And for a while now, Baba amekuwa akitaka Ruto akue akisimama on the no side of BBI, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Na Ruto amekuwa akikataa. So why not give this guy some little confidence?
So you want to say that Raila didn't want to win Msambueni? Is that what you want to say? He went there, he campaigned for
exactly. You have to prove it. Lazima usell your narrative that you want that seat vibaya.
It has come to a point.
So that do you know what Msambueni looks like right now?
Yeah.
Ruto ameshinda Baba.
Which is very true.
That is exactly what Baba wants, for Ruto to run against.
There is no way you guys can always put wins and say it is a political twist.
It's a twist. In 2018, 2018, Ruto said alileta watu wengine wakaanza kumenjoy political schemers.
Listen.
This is what is called scheming. Hii sasa ndo scheming. Ruto 2018 alisema this country is full of deep state na political schemers who want to bring him down. And people are laughing at him na nini. Sasa hii ndo scheming.
What I disagree on right now is that every time Ruto has a win, you always say Baba alimwachia. Like right now, Baba amemwachia Msambueni. What a lie, what a fallacy.
Tujasema amemwachia.
Unasema hapo anataka. Sivyo ndio umesema hapo.
Sijasema he wanted to win, but that is one seat. But there's a bigger nini, something bigger in this
now,
picture.
if there's a campaign that showed Ruto's dominion in this country, it was the Msambueni campaign, and everyone was saying, nakumbuka Joe akisema akuje aongelea hapa.
Exactly, Jadiel. Ndio nakwambia the narrative is Ruto ameshinda Baba.
Ameshinda, ni ukweli.
Will that give Ruto enough confidence
to
run against Baba?
Si ukweli.
Exactly.
Si ukweli. Ruto ameshinda
Baba. Sasa si akona confidence ya kwenda naye BBI.
Ruto has always had confidence.
No, amekuwa akikataa, amekuwa akisema hataki referendum, anaogopa referendum.
If you listen to Ruto, the only thing that is there with Ruto is that he doesn't want to make his boss seem as if he doesn't know what he's doing. No. And that is the current state of Ruto. Ruto will always say, my boss is supporting BBI, and that's why I'm supporting. He always says that.
No, Jadel, I don't know mbona uone hivi. Ruto ameshinda akisema, we cannot make this a win-lose contest.
Very true.
And again, he's almost 100% anti the ideas za BBI.
Very true.
So I not say no to this. Sema twende referendum, niseme no.
This is what I'm saying. What
do you know, na amekuwa akisema, the last time aliongea alisema, we are avoiding, what I'm doing is avoiding a win-lose contest to people wenye watatumia the referendum to the general election.
What I'm saying right now.
Do you know why he said that? Because anajua akienda referendum, he'll lose, na akilose referendum and he'll lose election. So he himself said that. So that is what Raila is trying to do. Give Ruto all the confidence he needs.
What a lie.
Kugana nini hapa kwenda kusema no BBI.
I wish you would come here and say Ruto won fair and square, instead of coming here and say that it is confidence that Raila is giving.
Jadiel, at a general election, at a presidential election, Kenya ziwini fair and square. Zinakuwa rigged.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me